What's up, guys? Going into a game of Gorgon on the Dam, I believe. We are up against a Lazarus team, which I actually think Gorgon does really well against. I don't think I've lost a game against Lazarus as Gorgon quite yet, and I think it's mainly because it's easy to track Lazarus with all your area of effect, and even if you know like the general area that Lazarus is in, the big area of effect, denial with acid spray, and even web is a pretty big cone that comes out. It's relatively easy to hit him even when he's cloaked, so I have a pretty good track record against Lazarus teams so far. There's a mistake that I've been noticing that I make in these games, and that is that I eat too much in one area and I'm not using enough traversals. And I know that that's a mistake that I'm making, and I'm getting caught because of it, like an early dome before I'm evolved ready. And I continue to make the mistake. I don't know why. I keep getting greedy for food on this monster specifically. I think it's because of the acid spray being like an area of effect, and also that you're like kind of locked into the animation for a pretty long period of time, so you can't be eating during that time. I actually think web is probably better. Oh, that's a weird path that they're taking. So I just caught them out of the corner of my eye. They're coming down the middle of the river. Most people will follow directly if they see you going towards the bottom, because you can easily double back if you're not being followed. And I didn't check for that, so I should have. I actually don't really even check if I'm being followed anymore on this map because it's so common, but they decided to go down a river. I didn't spot them before I had already shown myself, so I kind of had to follow through with the path, or I would have just double backed from there. They do have Maggie, so I wouldn't have gotten that much of an advantage, but it would have been there. I will try to double back now, though, because I don't know exactly where I am. They're playing a very heavy cutoff game right now. So this will get me a good amount of distance, and should be able to easily be evolved ready before my first fight. See, web takes a little bit longer for them to actually die, but you're not locked into the animation for nearly as long as acid spray. I'm also still not sure if one web will kill a mammoth bird. I always use acid on them because they like flare up when they get damaged, and so they kind of just stay in the acid long enough to die. I think that's actually CDR. Yeah, that's CDR. It's going to be really helpful for this first fight, and it looks like this first fight's going to happen right now. So I'll be evolved ready, and I'll have CDR, which is going to be really good. I might even be able to get a down penalty from this. At the very least, I should be able to burn through Maggie, because they have a Lazarus, and get out to evolve. With any luck. So there's Maggie. Start trying to deal some damage. So you can see Hank having that problem where he doesn't know when he can let off his shield. And that's a problem with... oh god. This is a problem I've been having on this monster as well. I always take so much orbital damage, and I don't know why. It's only this monster. I think it has to do with, like, me using acid spray on the ground a lot of the time, and you can't really do all that much mobility when you're using that. So you almost take the entire brunt of the damage. And I need to get better about, like, doing this, using it in air, like that. That was almost perfect, actually. Alright, so I'm going to take maybe one bar, we'll see. I don't want to go after Lazzy, I'll give them the Resurrect here. It'll still take a little bit longer for Trapper to get back on my trail, and obviously they won't have a dome ready, so... I don't know why Maggie didn't have all of her harpoons up that dome. That was kind of bad. I shouldn't have ran into one there. Because I was focusing her, she shouldn't have been doing anything but dropping harpoons. And with that orbital, she had enough time to breathe and get some harpoons on herself. She might even be able to been able to survive by doing that. All right, 222. That was a pretty good mortar. I think Torvald's really good for the same reason that Hank can hit orbitals. I think every time that Gorgon like uses acid spray when they're standing on the ground, it's almost an auto hit for Torvald. And, like every single one of his mortars is very similar to Wraith of Duct. This is an okay dome for them. There's a bit of movement for me that I can avoid damage with, but I wasn't full armor. Not sure where Hank went. But I do have a good amount of space that I can maneuver here. I want to see if I can do this. Nice, I got him. Look at that damage. I need to do that way more often. That's so much damage. I might actually be able to just, like, push through and take down Assault here. I'll wait for his shield to go away. There we go, Assault's gonna go down. Yeah, this might actually be game for them because of that. That burst damage is so helpful when you're trying to down people. Alright, they ended up getting up one of their guys. I'll get Lazarus because of this, though. I'm not sure if Hank's up right now. Oh, Daisy. MVP of this team. I think she got up Lazarus as well. I'm not sure if Lazarus went to this guy or went down here. He went down here. I'm not... Yeah, okay, Lazarus is right here. At this point, I have no idea who's alive. Hank's alive, Lazarus is alive, Daisy's alive. But I know I got a bunch of strikes, so I'm okay with leaving. At least one person is drop shipped, and I think Lazarus got at least one, maybe two strikes, so I'm definitely ahead here by quite a big margin. That sneak bounce off the wall is so strong. I think that without that like mechanic, Gorgon is a little bit weak, but if monster players start to master that mechanic, it might actually push her into like broken levels of overpowered, because that is so much burst damage. It's almost like having another ability if you can land it. Although it is pretty hard to land, and I think there's a good amount of counterplay that the hunters can do, because the angles that you actually can get off of a wall make it so that the hunters should be able to see you and back away before they get hit. But then you could just sit on a wall all dome and like wait. I guess they could get a good amount of distance because it doesn't have much distance either. So yeah, I fully armored back up. I'm going to decide to go back into this fight and try to get another down penalty. Yeah, it looks like his body may have fallen through the world. I don't see it. I was going to eat it just in case Lazarus is still around. Let's see if I can do another one of these. There we go. It's pretty easy to land as well. It's got a decent area of effect. Like, it's not as finicky as normal sneak pounces are. Not sure where Lazarus is right now. I think he was just... I think I just heard his Lazarus glove go off. Yeah, he's right there. I don't know what happened, but Maggie didn't get res from it. It's also very easy to body camp on Gorgon because you have acid spray that you just launch at the bodies. So even if Lazarus... Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Again, taking too much orbital damage. Even if Lazarus gets the person up, he'll be taking a good amount of damage by standing in the acid, to the point where he'll probably be about half health when he comes out of cloak. And from there, it's pretty easy to finish him off. Alright, got a little bit of armor. I'll see if I can finish this game out right now. I think one of them is running, though. So I'll probably just choose to evolve. I'll take my free evolve when everybody's in the dropship. So he'll die. Oh, if Daisy had to ended up resurrecting him, he's still alive. Daisy technically could. Nope, he died. Alright, so I killed Daisy before the dropship's coming. Actually, I don't think she chooses to take the dropship, just she'll stay uncapped and start the dropship timer, which kind of sucks for me. I don't really want them getting into the dropship. Currently, my feeling is that there's like a couple different comps that feel really hard to beat as Gorgon. Jack is a bit of a problem for me. I almost always feel like I don't have enough stamina when I'm up against Jack, because it takes like 2 of your staminas to get through Jack's repulsion glove. And so it'll regen before your stamina will regen, so he can almost keep you permanently locked down with just little blips of time where you can like leap once, try to get on top of a target. And then Hank and Sunny are a little bit hard to burn through. I think Sunny is a bit more annoying. And then Val obviously is the most annoying for, I think, every monster right now. The Tranks are pretty hard to deal with along with the healing. And then for Assault, I think you can throw in almost everybody, but Hyde and maybe Torvald are the best because Gorgon is a little bit stationary when you are casting on the ground. Alright, so let's finish off Lazarus. Some orbital. I didn't take as much that time, at least. The game's obviously over now anyway. It's just Torvald that's sitting up there. And I have a minute to kill him. There it is. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.